Hello everybody and welcome back to Dr. Ghost Games, and today we're going to be taking a look at the tier 3 Italian destroyer, the Turbine, or the Turbine. I'm just going to call it the Turbine because I'm American and I'm not very good at pronouncing Italian, but I think I did a pretty decent job. Let me know in the comments below. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a look at the ship, shall we? So if we head on into the upgrades and loadout, I have aiming systems mod 1 on. You could put on main battery mod 2 for the extra turret traverse. However, I find more value in having the extra dispersion and traverse speed on the torpedoes. We are also fully upgraded as well. Now for the loadout, we've got HE, we've got semi-armor piercing, we've got torpedoes, we have standard damage control parties, we've got 3 exhaust smoke generators. That's right, this thing gets exhaust smoke generators, which makes it kind of fun. And we have 3 engine boosts, and they're actually really good engine boosts. Now, they only last for 16 seconds, however, it gives you a lot more speed during that 16 seconds. So you're going to be able to basically go from like 30-something knots to like 40-something knots, and when you combine that with your exhaust smoke generator, you can literally just bonsai charge somebody. And yeah, it's pretty funny when it actually does work. We've got the Legends 4-year veteran flag, and we have the Type 3 camouflage on as well. For the specs, we've got 10,900 hit points, and this thing basically has no armor. Keep that in mind. For the artillery, we have 4 127mm 1926 45 Vickers tourney guns that shoot out to 9.4 kilometers with a 5.2 second reload and 18-second 180-degree turn time. The maximum HE shell damage is 1,881 with a 5% fire chance, and the maximum AP shell or semi-armor piercing shell damage is 2,600. So this is a SAP destroyer. So I'm actually really looking forwards to actually getting to test this out, especially on other destroyers. Now keep in mind, these guns are pretty small. They're 120 millimeters, so they're not super big, but still they can pack a punch. You guys will see some of that hopefully in the video, in the gameplay portion anyway of this video. Now for the torpedoes, we've got 8-kilometer torps, 51 knot speed, 1.1 kilometer detection by sea, 7,333 maximum damage. Pretty bad. 6-second 180-degree turn time with a 75-second reload time. So basically the reload is about 1 minute and 15 seconds. So yeah, there you go. You get 6 of them, so keep that in mind as well. The AA is non-existent. Do not depend on the AA whatsoever. Maneuverability, 33 knots, 510-meter turning circle with a 3.1 second rudder. The maneuverability, mainly the speed, not too good for a destroyer. Most cruisers can go faster than this thing, so the speed, pretty low for a destroyer. The concealment on my build's pretty bad, 6 kilometers right now, and I will show you guys why here very shortly. The detection by sea, or by air, I mean, is 3. Detection by sea is, of course, 6. Guaranteed detectability range is 2 kilometers, and detectability while firing in smoke is 2.1. The armor, non-existent like we talked about. This thing has no armor. Everything will pen you, basically, so be careful. Overview, it's got an exhaust smoke generator, yes. It's got SAP shells, yes. And it's exposed. Pretty true. This thing has below average concealment, for sure. This ship actually did exist. There was 8 of them in a series. And it was actually, this thing is very similar to the Sorrow, which is the tier 2 here. I've actually played the Sorrow, and I actually had some fun with it. I do have a match recorded. I might post it later just for the memes, but yeah. But anyway, the Turbine is basically like a Sorrow, but a little bit better in every department. But yeah, let's go and take a look at the commander. We are running Luigi Rizzo. For our inspirations, we're running Eric Bay and Maximilian von Spee. Eric Bay gives me the extra concealment, which is pretty valuable, and Maximilian von Spee gives me the extra smoke generator cooldown time. You could swap this out with whatever you want, of course. It depends on what your playstyle is. However, I like building for guns, and that's what I go for. The Great Escape is our base trait. We've got Observant Range, we've got Mortar, And this is right here what makes our concealment a lot worse. We get 10% extra damage to all of our shells, but the downside with that is we get 4% extra detectability, which is actually bad. So we're going to be getting spotted a lot easier than other destroyers, that's for sure. We've got Perceptive, which is pretty valuable. This basically shows you where the closest enemy ship is. Having this is super important, especially as a gunboat destroyer. Smoke on the water, and we are running Unstoppable. He's a Legendary 1, rank 14 captain, and regardless, let's go ahead and head on over into the gameplay portion of today's video. I hope you all do enjoy it. Okay, so it looks like we are on Archipelago. It's a capture the base mode. Lots of destroyers in this lobby. We'll see what happens. So, this is my very first game. I'm actually talking while I'm playing, believe it or not. So, yeah, a little bit something different. What I do in most of my videos is I actually, like, record the match, and then I do a commentary over it. However, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I actually do need to turn down my audio since I am doing a little bit of a live comms. But, yeah. So we're in the Turbine. We're going to go ahead and see if we can get into some destroyer fights and see what we can go ahead and do. Now, we do have 4 120mm guns, and I really do want to test out the SAP on these guns here. I'm not expecting a whole lot in a Tier 3 game, but one thing I do know for sure, there's a lot of people down here that are probably new to the game, and who knows, we might even run into some other Seal Clubbers. It looks like we got some people in the Turbine, got some people in the Sorrows, so we might be running into other Seal Clubbers. We'll have to see. But, yeah, let's go and see what we can go and do. So, it looks like we've already got a Phoenix spotted. He is just hanging around. Looks like he's going towards the center of the map. So I think what we're going to go and do is go ahead and pre-torp towards the center once we get around this island here. I just need to get it lined up. But, yeah. Now, one thing we got to keep in mind is our concealment is absolutely horrible. So, yeah. Now, as you guys can see in the center of my screen, that little white indicator, it's kind of moving, and that's because it's showing what the closest enemy ship is. Now, there's some torpedoes we need to dodge. That's not fun. Pretty good guess right there, damn. But, yeah, we're just basically trying to pay attention to where our RPF is pointing. And right off the bat, looks like the Sorrow's coming in, so we're going to go ahead and see what we can do. And right off the rip, we just absolutely smack the shit out of him with the SAP. We're already up to almost 5,000 damage. We've already half-healthed him. That was disgusting right there. He looks like he's smoked up. He's popping his little smoke screen there. His rolling smoke, as the people call it. And we're just going to go ahead and kind of turn out here. This is getting pretty dangerous. There's a lot of destroyers pushing in, so I do not want to be here when all these guys decide to pop up. So we're going to turn away and basically ensure our safety here. Now, one thing I noticed on this so far is the firing angles. Pretty good. Pretty good firing angles. I don't have to go completely broad, basically, to get all these guns off. Now, I see the Clemson. We're going to go and take a shot. And we're going to send some torpedoes down that way as well, because why not? A little bit of sea mines. Now, we actually did just get a ricochet, and the Sorrow decides to pop back up. He's shooting HE. Not a good idea. We're going to load the SAP on him, and yeah, 2,500. That's disgusting right there. That is absolutely disgusting, and we take him out. That's our first kill of the game. Boom, bada frickin' bing. And let's see if we can hit maybe some torps. Maybe not. We can maybe get a sneaky shot through the island. Come on, come on. Clemson, you dodge him. Very nice. Courier looks like he's coming at us, so what we're going to go ahead and do is pop our exhaust smoke. Maybe not the best use of it, but fuck it. And I just got absolutely smacked by the Agincourt. That's not nice. That's quite rude, actually. But we're okay. Our AA is going off. Remember, guys, the AA on this thing is absolutely atrocious, so I'm not expecting to do anything with the AA. But we did just get absolutely half health by that Agincourt. Not very nice on his end. But we're going to go and see if we can come out here and maybe not get half health again. That'd be preferable. Agincourt, I'm just going to make as much distance between myself and him as possible. But I will send some torps once again. They are back. Minute 15-second reload on the torps, remember? So we can kind of get those out there just for the shits and giggles. We might even catch somebody. You never know. Now the turbine's coming around, so I'm gonna see if I can sneak a shot over the island on him. He's sailing in a straight line. Look at the accuracy there, absolutely disgusting. However, we only hit him once, unfortunately. Not a whole lot of results, but he is coming back, so we're gonna get another shot and see what we can go ahead and do. And we miss again. Unfortunately, the RNG is just not on our side here. He's also shooting HE like the other guy. We do get some results there. We get 3 hits, 3 penetrations. And as you guys can see there, I mean, just look at the raw damage we're getting with the SAP. That's a few thousand damage a salvo. That's just dirty. We unfortunately missed there, but we've got a decent reload, so we can get another shot off. And just like that, oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, this SAP is absolutely disgusting. I love it. And that's our second kill of the game. Clemson is still spotted, so we're going to take a shot over that way, and hopefully we can maybe yoink the kill here, and we do. That's a double strike. Oh my god. Yes, baby. I so far like these destroyers. Now, don't get me wrong, we are playing in a tier 3 lobby, so there's bound to be some noobs, but still, I think this is a pretty decent match to show off. And yeah, a little bit of live comms, but that's kind of what I wanted to wanted to test out, was the SAP, and so far I'm pretty impressed. The SAP seems to be doing a pretty decent job. We were just absolutely smacking those destroyers around, and I don't know why, but they were shooting HE. I don't think they understand that the SAP is actually very, very effective. So nonetheless, we will frickin' take it. That's 3 kills. That's a double strike. First game in the turbine. Gotta love it. But nonetheless, if you guys have stuck in this far so far into the video, make sure to go down there, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And basically, what we're going to go and do is just kind of sail around, play a little bit of sailing simulator, if you will, and just wait for the match to get over with. Now, I think we're going to switch over to HE for the first time in the game to maybe get some fires on this Agincourt here. So, that's what we're going to go and do. The range is pretty decent, so we're going to be able to just kind of sit back and use that island right there, and we'll be able to conceal fire while concealed here. And maybe we might get lucky and get a fire. Remember, the fire chance on the turbine is like 5%. It's basically non-existent. So the odds of us getting a fire is basically slim. But yeah, we're going to send some torps that way as well, just because. Remember, floating sea mines. But looks like the Sorrow just did land some torpedoes, but they didn't do a whole lot of damage because, well, they're pretty crappy torpedoes. Remember, the maximum damage on these torps is only 7,000. So yeah, keep that in mind. But we actually did manage to get a fire there. And another fire. You gotta love it. That's a double fire on the Agincourt. He's having maximum fun, confirmed. And we take him out. That's a yoink if I ever seen it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is the end of today's video. And yeah, not a bad little game in the turbine. 24,000 damage, but we did a lot. That may not be a whole lot of damage. However, we sure did our job. We absolutely crapped on the destroyers, and it definitely did show off here. 1,300 base XP, 4 kills, and yeah, not a bad game. I so far like it, man. So if I can actually manage to get some of these ships out of the early access crates, like the tier 4, the tier 5, the tier 6, the tier 7, you guys can bet you I will do a video on these Italian destroyers. So far, I'm liking them. I'm liking the SAP. I hope it remains this way throughout the whole line. But nonetheless, everybody, I thank you for watching. If you guys did stick in the whole, however long this video is, around 15 minutes, if I had to guess, make sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button, do all the things. Leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think of the turbine. Are you guys interested in the Italian destroyers? I'm curious. But nonetheless, everybody, I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Stay healthy, as always.